The Ostara Oracle by Lorraine Anderson and Juliet Diaz is finally here. This eagerly awaited deck is the 8th and final instalment of the Season of the Witch series. And if you love this series as much as I do, the chances are you are probably opening your deck today, or you may have already done so. However, you might be totally new to the Season of the Witch series, and if so, stick around because I'm going to do an unboxing of the Ostara Oracle. Let's have a look. It's so new that I haven't even opened the packet yet, so let's have a look and see what's inside. Okay, so this is the front of the box. All of the Season of the Witch Oracle decks come in these lovely rigid boxes, and around the sides you have this lovely iridescent shimmer going on with the writing here as you do on the front here. This will be one of the illustrations from the card, and as I said, it's by Lorraine Anderson, Juliet Diaz, and illustrated by Tijana Lukovic, who I hope I've pronounced correctly. So opening up the box then, we have a moon on the inside, our booklet. Now these are always a good chunky size, a little sleepy hair on the back there. So this is a Rockpool publication, and you always get a little leaflet inside to download their app. And the cards always come with a little paper band. This time it's a silvery band to keep them all together. And again, we have the hair motif jumping around the moon, which is rather lovely. And that iridescent sheen that we saw on the front here has been picked up on the side of the cards. That's just gorgeous, isn't it? Sort of rainbow prism effect. Let's have a quick look at the book then. You have the triple hair motif at the top there, and some more hair, so there's definitely going to be a hair theme, and I suspect that the hair might be the repeated imagery, because each deck has a repeated imagery coming through. Table of contents, an introduction, and I will do a full review on this and give you a little bit more detail. But I suspect it says that their journey is complete in creating the 8 decks for the 8 Sabbats. You have your key themes for this Sabbat. So obviously, as it's to do with the spring equinox, there's a lot about balance. If you think balance of light and day, harmony, new beginnings, because we're properly, officially entering the season of spring, and some other things to consider during this Sabbat. They always start off by telling you how to use your cards, and actually the repeating element this time is the egg. If you think Ostara is the pagan festival which has been aligned with the Christian festival of Easter. And with these cards, they give you plenty of options of how to use them. Even if you wanted to create an Ostara altar, you always get this spread in their spreads, which is interviewing the deck, get to know the personality of your deck, and they always have a variation on the Celtic cross, but they have aligned it with themes related to Ostara. So you normally get 5 or 6 spread ideas, and then we go into the bulk of the book, which is the meanings of the cards. Now, I've said this before, but one thing I love about Rockpool decks is that all of the Rockpool decks that I have are full colour books, and you also get a decent sized image, and they're broken down with the card, the little bit of writing that you get underneath, and also some keywords for that card. And usually it's a page, sometimes a page and a bit, of the meaning of the card. So liking the look of this very, very much. Sometimes they will give you a ritual or a spell, and that's something that runs between all of the Season of the Witch decks. Not all cards though. Okay, and then usually there's a little bit about the creators of the deck at the back here and all their socials if you want to find out more. Okay, let's have a quick flip through each of the cards then. So all of these Season of the Witch decks comprise of 44 cards, and they draw upon various aspects to do with that Sabbat. So we've got Aries there, so they quite often reference astrological signs. And if you remember, the repeating element in this deck is the egg, so see if you can spot the egg in each deck as we flip through. Oh gosh, look at that one, that's beautiful. Something that has drawn me to these decks is definitely the artwork. Has a beautiful folk art style, and looking at these I kind of thought they might be a bit more pastel-y with it being spring and sort of springtime colours. Oh, that sleeping hare is gorgeous. I am a bit of a fan of hares, so that's one of the reasons why I've been excited about this deck. But yeah, going back to the colour, I'm noticing a lot of kind of dark greens and browns, so it's still very kind of earthy and grounded, which I think works really, really well. I'm not sure if really light pastel-y colours would have done this theme justice. So I quite like this one, Germination. It's almost reminiscent of the Hanged Man in tarot, so this idea of suspension, being upside suspension, waiting to emerge after thinking about your ideas or germinating your plans. And something else you'll notice with this series is there's lots of references to kind of foods as well, and animals, and obviously different plants. So they do very much embrace aspects of nature as well. Another reason why I love them so much, really. So I really like this one. I just noticed there's a picture within a picture here, and I'm sure I've seen that picture in another deck, or maybe previews of this deck. If I find out what it is, I'll pop it in the comments below. Oh, that little robin. And there's something very playful about these images as well. Oh, some more robins there. I've got some robins living in my garden at the moment, and they're an absolute joy to watch. Very much looking forward to working with this deck. So definitely robins and hares have been my favourite elements of this so far. Let me know what images or symbols have stood out to you. Now it's interesting because this fox character crops up in most of the other decks illustrated by Tiziana, and that's the first one I've seen, I think, in this one. And they are the cards of the Ostara deck. Let me know what you think. Thanks again for joining me today as we explored the very new Ostara Oracle part of the Season of the Witch series. Do comment below to let me know if you liked the look of this one, or if not, please do comment which is your favourite of this series. I'd love to hear your thoughts. If this video was helpful, please give it a thumbs up, and if you enjoy tarot and oracle related content where we look at the decks and different types of artwork, feel free to subscribe to my channel. I'm Sally, this is my channel, Vaudeville Manor House of Art and Tarot, and until the next video, here are a couple of other videos that you may like to watch in the meantime. Bye bye.